Hello. So, welcome to Intro to Sociology. I will be your instructor for this course. My name is Brenda Adams. Um, this is just a really, really short video. I don't do videos all the time, but I just wanted to give you an overview and what is expected of you and what you can expect from me. I'm going to try to keep it really short. And if you don't get what you need here, email me and ask any questions that you need. So sociology, it's a fun class. It's a lot of fun. Um, the best way, what I wanted to touch on today is to make sure you know how to find what you need to succeed in this class. So you will go into your Canvas page and you will see on the left-hand side, we have all of those little prompts right there. Um, First things first, make sure that you signed up for announcements because I give announcements every single week to keep in touch with you guys to let you know what to expect. If anything's changing, um, yeah, that's just the go-to of how I connect with all of you. The other thing is, how do you find the book? Do you need a book? Yes, you need a book. Um, it is much easier if you're in person not to have the book because I try to provide everyone with information. But when you're online, you don't get as much information. It seems like you don't get that face-to-face interaction with me or with your fellow students. So yeah, go ahead and get the book. It's a brand new book. I started it last semester, and everybody, it seems to go over really well. I like it a lot. It has different stories. It's after COVID because the textbook I had before was pre-COVID, and it really it was just, it had nothing to do with what is going on now. There's just a lot more information that we need to know after COVID that, yeah, if it's not after COVID, you're missing out on a lot of stuff in sociology. So, it's a brand new book. Um, so the way that you find your book is you go to your little prompt menu on the left-hand side. It's under textbook course materials. You should be able to go on there and the book will look something like this. Um, and you will be able to click on that if, yeah, you just click on that. That's where it's at. Now you know. The next thing that is on there is the syllabus. So the syllabus, if you don't know, a syllabus is it's a go-to, it's a guidelines of what to expect, what you're able to do, what you're not able to do, what is acceptable, what is not acceptable. It also has the entire course layout at the end of the syllabus. So in this course, in all my courses, I only open modules up week by week. I don't allow students to work ahead. That's just not the way this course is laid out. So yeah, you get it 1 week at a time. But if you want to say, hey, I need to know what's going on, go to the syllabus. You'll have an overview of the entire course. And I may change that a little bit, but for the most part, I never give an assignment that I never go on Friday and say, hey, you have to do this by Sunday. You always have a week in advance to get things done. Um, that's just one of my pet peeves. I don't give you assignments on the fly. You're going to know and be able to be prepared. Now, if you wait until the last minute to do it, that's your own fault. But yeah, you know ahead of time what to expect. What else do we have on there? We have the textbooks, we have the lockdown browser. So in an online class, we are required to do lockdown browser. This course, I do Respondus. I want to make sure that number one is free. Some of the other tools out there you have to pay for, and I don't think that students should have to pay to take an exam. So we do Respondus, the good, bad, and ugly of Respondus. So you will go into the modules, and there are the Start Here module, which tells you a little bit about me. It gives you different resources that are available at NEO. It tells you about the course. And then we have technology used at NEO, and that's where you will find how to download Respondus on your computer. If you have issues with that, either contact IT or you can contact me. I don't know that I can do a whole lot. If you're close to campus, and you don't have a computer that is able to download Respondus, you can go to the campus and take the exams. If you're somewhere that is outside of the realm of NEO, go to your local library, borrow a computer. You have to have a computer that is capable to download Respondus to take these exams. The big factor about Respondus is you can't, once you're in Respondus, you're locked down. You can't go to a different browser. You can't search things. This just ensures that you're not cheating on the exams. That being said, I allow notes. So the best way to succeed in this class is to read the chapters, take notes, use the PowerPoints. You could, especially in online, you can take so many notes. In my in-person, they get 1 page front and back notes. Take really good notes and you'll do fine on the exam. You have a limited amount of time to take the exam, which isn't conducive to trying to search for those answers anyway, because I make the exams, so they're not readily available out there on the internet. So yeah, just study, take good notes, and you'll be fine on the exams. We have 4 of those. They're not cumulative, so we do 3 chapters at each time. There's only 2 in the last module. So that final exam is a little bit shorter. But yes, you will need the lockdown browser to make sure you take the exam. Do that now. Just go after this video, download Respondus, and then it won't come time because I open the exams on Thursdays and then you have until Sunday to complete them. But a lot of students will wait until Sunday evening and then download Respondus. And by that time, all heck breaks loose. And I have a tendency to not answer my emails on Sunday nights just because that's number one, it's rude to do that to me. Number two, if you wait till the last minute, you're not going to be successful. Um, it's just very hard to be successful if you wait till the last minute for every single thing, especially exams. So yes, download this. Don't send me an email the next day and say, I didn't do it till the last minute. I'm going to say, sorry, you now missed that exam. I won't open it back up. So do that, download Respondus. The next thing on the little agenda is discussion boards. So for this first week, you have a short quiz that is over the technology, the Start Here module, the syllabus. That is going to be worth 20 points. You can have that open. You don't have to use Respondus for that. You can have it open, look at the answers. That's just to make sure you know where that information is. Do that assignment and the introduce yourself, that first discussion. You need to make sure that you do that initial discussion by Wednesday. All discussion boards, the initial discussion boards are due by Wednesday at 11:59. If you don't do this one by Wednesday at 11:59, you will be counted as a no-show, and that will mess with your scholarships. It can mess with your financial aid. It can mess with so many different aspects of your classes. So just do it by Wednesday. You won't be counted as a no-show. Happy, easy peasy. And then every other discussion board, make sure you do the initial discussion board by Wednesday, or there will be points deducted for each day that you don't turn it in. And then you will respond to a fellow student by Sunday. Don't use AI for discussion boards. That's number one, is lazy. Number two, the prompts, I know that a lot of students don't like discussion boards. It is a fact of online. You chose to take an online class. This is a part of an online class. You need to do it. It's part of the work, whether you like it or not. That being said, I try to make sure that, especially for this first one, I respond to everybody. It's the way that I get to know students better. I have 7 different classes, so it's very hard for me. I don't necessarily respond on all the other discussions, but I'm in there looking to make sure you guys are being respectful, that you're understanding, the concepts that we're learning. But if you are copy and pasting it into ChatGPT or any type of AI, you're not learning the concepts. You're just not. Discussion boards are very simple. Yeah, they may take up a little bit of time, but you know what? I try to make sure that they're engaging and that there are concepts that we are looking at that week. It's also a time that you get to get your voice out there. If you don't agree with what I'm saying, tell me. If you don't agree with what your fellow students are saying, tell me. We don't all think, act, and feel the same way, which is the best part of discussion boards. You can just go in there and say, you know what? I think you're full of it. I don't believe in this. And then we had that discussion going back and forth. As long as we're nice and respectful for each other, I'm not going to call you on not agreeing with the way I agree or someone else agrees either. It's just not, we just don't do that. And in sociology, there's so many different aspects. It has everything to do with your place in the world, the way that society impacts you, the way you impact society, the way your family impacts you. Um, that's why we all think differently. And college is a great way to get your thoughts out there, and just test the waters and see if you believe the same way everyone else believes. And if you don't, that's great. If you do, that's great too. But if you use AI, it's not your voice. You're not thinking anything about it. So there may be some assignments in this class where I will say, yeah, you want to go to ChatGPT and study for your exam, go for it. If you want to go in there and make a dancing cat video, go for it. If you want to use it to help you on this assignment, go for it. If you have a question about whether or not I'm going to allow it, ask me because the majority of the time we have one of the big things is discussions and the research paper. I don't allow it because part of sociology is they do research. They research everything. They research people. They research families. They research, different concepts in the world, but it's research. And that's what this paper is about. You get to seek out research that you're interested in. You're going to write about it. If you put that into Chat GPT or any other AI tool, you're not learning about it. So, um, you'll also get a 0 for that because not only is it easy to tell, I can put it through a million different AI detectors. And if it's just even a small part of it that you didn't write it yourself, you're going to get a 0. The other thing that a lot of students are, they're surprised to find out that Grammarly is an AI tool. So when I went to college 2019 to, I graduated with my master's in 2021. I used Grammarly in my undergrad and I graduated in 2019. And it has changed so drastically from that time to now. It's not just, hey, I want to make sure that I don't look like an idiot because I don't know how to spell correctly. It changes your syntax. It changes the way that it changes the way that your sentence structure is laid. It changes so much to the point that it's not your work anymore. So don't use Grammarly. I would much rather have somebody accidentally misspell something or the grammar isn't spot on perfect. I'm not an English instructor, but you also can't use it in English classes either. Um, this is a great way of learning how to do that. Write those papers, read them back to yourself, and you're going to find those misspelled words and that any type of grammar that you had an issue with. It's just taking that little extra step. Um, I'm sorry, our entire lives cannot be AI usage because part of going to college is learning critical thinking skills. And it's great for so many different things, but we have to learn to do, there are certain concepts and criteria that I have to teach you in this class, and critical thinking skills is one of those. So, um, just don't use it. Yeah, just don't use it. I hate giving 0, so don't use it. I think that is pretty much all. I will try to respond to emails. I've made several of these videos today, so if I'm repeating myself, I'm sorry. Um, ask questions. It's a great way to find things out. Um, don't be afraid to email me or any other instructor. If you have a question, you have to let us know. We don't know unless you tell us. So not just only me, but the big gruff instructor that you're terrified of, email them. Email them sooner rather than later, and make sure that it doesn't get to the point halfway through the semester and you're going, I'm failing, but I'm afraid to email them. Email us. That's what we need. Um, and I think that's pretty much it for now. Um, yeah, so yeah, I'm easy to get a hold of. If not, email me again if you don't hear back. Um, yeah, this is the last time you will be at this point in your life, so enjoy it. Try not to be stressed about it. Uh, yeah, and have a good first week back. Bye, guys.